Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be one of my favourites, and that is where I just sit down, put some makeup on and have a good old chat with you. I have filmed one of these like a couple of days ago, but I wasn't very happy with it, so I thought, well, got to put some makeup on it today, so may as well film it again. And I actually just asked you guys for questions this time rather than me like rambling. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm just starting off by moisturising my face, and as usual I will link all the products down below. I think it's pretty much the same as last time, just because I've kind of got into a routine where I literally just try and use the same products every day, and the only thing that really changes is whether or not I'm wearing foundation and the mascara I use, because sometimes I'm like, I'm going out, I need waterproof, and for home I don't. Okay, so the first one is, what job do you want after uni? This is a really good question, and to put it blankly, is that the right term? I don't really know anymore. So for years I always wanted to go into the media industry, and I said if I didn't do that I would go into teaching. I'd like to be like secondary sixth form teacher, but then obviously you have to specialise in like one subject, and I don't think I'd want to teach media. So yeah, media was like kind of what I wanted to go into, and then changed my mind in year 12, decided I want to study like sociology, and then obviously I've reached a conclusion that I'm going to study criminology in September or October, fingers crossed. In terms of jobs, so when I decided I wanted to do that, I did think about becoming a detective, just because I've always enjoyed obviously like watching crime shows, but also like when you hear about cases in the news, I get really invested and I get like really intrigued to know like how things are solved, and I love watching documentaries where they've solved like true crimes and things like that. So that's always really interested me, and I'd like to be able to like help people. But at this point I'm not too sure if I want to go into the police or not, just because, you know, it's a little bit difficult and I don't want to go and be like a police officer on the street. I'd rather go in and just be a detective, and you can do that as a graduate once you've got a degree, but it takes like another 2 years, so I just feel like it's quite a long process, and I imagine it would be worth it in the end, but I just need to really think about it because the hours and everything like that are often quite unsociable. So yeah, my kind of goal is obviously to go to uni, study criminology, but because I'm also doing it with research methods, that really opens up doors and kind of can lead me into a whole variety of careers. So I have thought about like other options, working like for the National Crime Agency, the Home Office, any of that. But like I said, because I've got these research skills that I'm going to learn, it really just opens it up, and I can go into a whole variety of doors or careers. So yeah, I mean, I don't have a straight answer right now what job I want to do, but I feel like a lot of people are probably in that position, and you'll figure that out over time. I mean, you can change your job as much as you want in your life. Next thing I got asked was, do you have a set plan for your future, or are you taking life as it comes? I used to have a very set plan. I think I was always quite like a planner, you know. I was like, oh, I want to go to uni, come out, get a job, you know, do this and that. But now I'm kind of just taking life as it comes, to be honest. I just feel like you can't plan your life as much as you think you can. And you know, this year my plan was to obviously have my birthday in January, which did happen, and then I went away, which was a surprise. And then the plan was to, you know, make the most of being like 18 and, you know, go clubbing, but this never happened. So that was the first sign that my plan's not gone to plan. And then obviously lockdown happened, and the plan was this year to do my A-levels and then go on holiday and do all these like really fun things over the summer, go to festivals, and obviously none of that can happen. So I'm at this point in my life now where I'm like, you just can't plan anything because you just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't think any of us expected a global pandemic, but yeah, I'm just taking life as it comes. Today actually would have been the day I would have sat my last 2 exams. Right now I would have actually been in my geography exam, and then I would have been put in an isolation room to go do my media exam in the afternoon, because they would have clashed otherwise. And I was kind of looking forward to that. I was like, wow, you know, how exciting. You always hear about these things, but you know, it is what it is. Like, you can't do anything about it. I mean, no way would I have been able to revise if like we were still in lockdown but they were making us do the exams. Like, that just wouldn't have been a possible option. But I actually think we got pretty lucky, and I actually just feel really bad for year 10s and 12s now. How do you feel about uni being online? I feel like I have some very mixed opinions on it. Like, it's just a bit annoying really, isn't it? Obviously it's understandable, but I don't know how practical it is. So Bristol have said to us that they'd like us to come in October instead of September, which will save money, to be honest. But they said the lectures will probably be online, and then you'll have like small seminars and tutorials in like groups. And I think that's fair enough, but if that's like a couple of hours a week, obviously you're paying a lot of money to then go and live in Bristol as well, just for that. So it's obviously a bit annoying, but from people who I've spoken to, they said like the lectures are probably the best thing to have online, because a lot of the time you just sit and write notes and you can then go at your own pace and this and that. But I just think you're paying a real large amount of money to go somewhere and you're just not getting the full experience. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like I think I've said this before, I can't remember. I'm just going to wait till results day. Wait basically till towards the end of August and then make a decision whether or not I want to go to uni or defer. Or obviously I'd like to go to uni this year realistically, because I don't think I could do a gap year right now. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to see. But overall, the online thing's not practical, but I just hope by like September, October time, they may have changed their mind. Still work at Tesco. No, I quit my job in September actually. It's like end of September, like beginning of October time, and the main reason for that was because college work really picked up. As soon as you went into year 13, it was ridiculous. The workload just like dramatically increased, and I think that's also because we were trying to get through to finish all the coursework before Christmas, and you know, things really started picking up with the EPQ. That was moved to 2 lessons a week instead of 1, and you know, everything just went at like a very fast pace between September and December. And I went in to speak to my managers and I explained to them, I was like, well, I'd like to just do, because how it worked is I was on a part-time flexi contract, so my standard hours were 7.5 hours a week, which I thought were fine, like that's manageable, you know, Saturday and Sunday, about 3 hours 45 on each, that's like chill, fine. What I didn't like about the contract is that you had to then do additional hours, and that kind of like wasn't optional. When you sign up, they kind of make it sound like it is, like you can choose these additional hours when you want, but it's hard to become like a weekly thing when I was doing like 12-hour weeks. And I know that might not sound a lot, but when you're basically doing 4 A levels, which are pretty much all essay based, and media was then very heavy content based at that point, on top of all this coursework, which was like filming and editing and this and that, it just became a bit much. And I sat down and I explained to them, I was like, look, after December I'm gonna have Fridays off from college because my EPQ will be done, so that's like time taken off. All my coursework will be done. It will be like completely different setting, you know, like can we come to some agreement? Like obviously around Christmas time you have to do more hours, like that's fair enough. But they basically just weren't really having any of it. I explained to them like I didn't really want to do more than like 10 hours a week. My college has said try not to work more than 8 hours a week if you could. And you know, I also had like my Cambridge exam coming up, my interviews, like all this other stuff going on top of like stuff for YouTube, and like I was going out, and I just found like even before that with the open days, like going to visit unis, they became really fussy about it all. And the holiday, like when I was on holiday, my holiday, I got the slip on the Sunday and I was leaving on the Tuesday, and then I get this call when I'm on holiday like, why haven't you come into work? And I was like, well, I'm not even in the country, I did tell you this. And it was a whole like kerfuffle, and it was just a nightmare. And I think that partly could be the store, the people managing it, but yeah, so I did leave in the end in September. They kind of were like, well, you either need to do all these hours that we're telling you. And also this was the other thing, I didn't know you had to be available 3 days a week instead of 2, because I said I'd rather just do the weekends, because that was just easier at the time. Whereas, so I could do like all my schoolwork in the week and then have the weekends to work. No, you had to have 3 days a week available, and mine then would have been Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but they wouldn't accept that. And I was like, but I physically can't come in. I like showed them my college timetable. They just weren't having any of it. So yeah, ended up leaving in September. Looking at it now, like at the time it was obviously the right decision, and you could tell that from my work. Like my work levels, they were really good, but they went up because I just had more time to really focus on my work and put a lot of effort into it. And then I'd say when lockdown happened in March, I kind of thought about it and I was like, I really wish I had my job now, because I kind of quit it because of my A-levels and I wanted to focus on them. And I cannot tell you how many people I spoke to who did the same thing. They like quit their job, or their employer was like happy to put it on hold so they could come back after. And obviously now you don't have A-levels, and like a lot of my friends stayed on and they're like living their best life, like working every single day, earning money to save up for stuff. So yeah, times like this I do wish I had my job still. So yeah, right now I obviously wish I had a job. I have applied to so many places, it's ridiculous, but nowhere's taking me. I don't know why, like I actually thought there was something like wrong, but I think a lot of places are like taking people who have been furloughed or left unemployed or redundant, and I think that's fair enough. But yeah, I was getting a bit to the point like, oh my god, no one wants me. I've got a job interview, but we will see. Well, that is me ready for the day. I don't think I addressed, I got a new phone, and I don't know if what's on my iPhone videos are still popular or not. I saw someone comment on like my what's on my iPod video, which I forgot was even up, going, oh, can you do an update to one of these? And I was like, I don't even know when my iPod is. But yeah, that is me ready for the day. Obviously I need to do this hair, which is a bit of a monstrosity right now, and yeah, that is it. I hope you've enjoyed this little ramble. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, because like I said, these are some of my favourite to film because it's killing two birds with one stone. I can just rant and I can also get ready for the day. Then let me know down below. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye. Missing someone.